overall, to prove that it was like a criminal enterprise was a very high bar.
George was a juror in the Sean Combs criminal trial. After sitting for nearly 2 months, listening to 34 witnesses, he found out he was an alternate and sent home at deliberation time.
So what did you think of the verdict then?
I understood the verdict.
What would you say to those people who think that the jury got it wrong?
The charges on sex trafficking, they were more difficult, and the standard of proof was very high.
The Manhattan man says he would have voted to convict on the prostitution charges too.
The prosecution presented bank receipts, flight records. That one was easy.
Only the 12 jurors and 6 alternates like George were shown videos of the freak-offs, which he says were helpful for the prosecution.
Some were just, it was just rubbing oil and that, and then some were more graphic.
Do you think that the women were willing participants of these freak-offs?
There were text messages that you saw that there was love. I think there was one quote, the highs were high and the lows were low.
But when the prosecutors played this horrific video of Cassie Ventura being beaten at the Intercontinental Hotel,
it was a very shocking video to see overall, the beating.
Who do you think was the best witness?
The testimony of Jane and Cassie was very, emotional.
And who was the worst witness?
I think the defense put some holes more in, especially Dawn Richard was a big one. I think Bana was another one.
George says he never felt intimidated being in the same room as Diddy, despite him being admonished by the judge for his body language toward the jury at times.
You could tell that he was fighting for himself.
He feels good for doing his civic duty in such a prolific case and had high praise for all of the attorneys involved.
It was exhausting. And it's good to be finished with it and to move on.
Anthony DiLorenzo, Pix 11 News.